Now from the Weather Tracker TV Storm Studios, this is your weather today. Here's Chief Meteorologist William Cole.
All right, folks, here we go. Right out of the gate on this Thursday. Of course, we've got the weekend now on the horizon. We're going to talk about that all-important weekend forecast. But I tell you what, before we get there, we've got more record heat in the forecast. This is truly summer's last stand because I tell you what, even though we've got some really tough stuff today, tomorrow, talking about temperature-wise, 1 week from today, we may have locations in North Texas that are struggling to make it to 80. So we've got some good news on the way. We've got a real deal pattern change. Again, more details on all that coming up. But first of all, let's go and deal with today. And on this Thursday, this is where we started the morning. These were your morning lows out the door. Again, most of us in the 70s to right around 80 here in the Metroplex. Dallas Love Field, basically the warmest out the door this morning, along with the Addison Airport, only down to 84 degrees. Again, very warm, as I mentioned earlier this morning. So again, very warm, setting us up for a very hot afternoon. Again, up around record levels again. Daytime high right around 106. Again, abundantly sunny as we go through the afternoon. So record high temperature for today would be 104, and again, I'm forecasting right around 106. So again, we're going to be right there, as I mentioned, in the ballpark, and it appears as though tomorrow, Friday, we're going to do it as well. Of course, yesterday, we also set a record high as well. Then the previous day, we tied a record high. So again, this week has just been almost off the charts, so to speak, because of all of that factored in. Obviously, this is our excessive heat warning. The Weather Service has continued this through today, more than likely through tomorrow as well. The bottom line is we've been dealing with heat advisories, excessive heat warnings all summer, now heading into early meteorological fall, obviously. But the bottom line is nothing has changed, right? If you're going to be working or playing outdoors, even the kiddos that are now back at school for recess, things like that, again, heat precautions, obviously stay indoors if at all possible. Just to kind of add a little insult to injury here, we've also continued to have some air quality issues, and a clean air alert is in effect, again, specifically for ozone as we go through the day today. So we've had that little mini, we'll just call it a surface boundary, not much of a cold front, kind of stalled out in our area, at least sparked off a couple isolated thunderstorms, again, late yesterday afternoon. Now notice, at least here this morning, it's still draped across parts of North Texas. I tell you, as we go through the afternoon, it's going to go flooding back to the north up in Oklahoma. May kick off some thunderstorms up in Oklahoma late today and tonight. But again, as that thing very quickly moves to the north as we go through the late morning into the afternoon, it's only going to solidify the hot temperatures across North Texas. And again, for today, again, for tomorrow, again, like I mentioned, those temperatures, they're really going to take off. In fact, really across our region with the summer heat dome building back in. Simply put, not a lot of weather going on. And in fact, you can see the summer heat dome right there. But this is its last stand, the way it looks today, Thursday, tomorrow, Friday, because after that, it's going to begin to shift back out to the west. And as it begins to shift back out to the west, it's really going to open the door to the north, again, for some cold fronts to come through. In fact, really a series of cold fronts the way it looks right now. Again, that's going to knock our temperatures down. The pattern's going to become active, meaning the opportunity of rain and storms will be on the upswing by late this week, and especially the way it looks now, especially in the parts of next week. But we do have some rain chances before we get there. In fact, very late tomorrow, Friday. Let me go and run you through the model. As we go through the day today, our far southeastern counties, Henderson, Anderson, maybe even Freestone County, not impossible to have an isolated shower or thunderstorm down there. But as we go through late tomorrow afternoon, again, coming out of Oklahoma, our far northeastern counties, our far eastern counties, take a look at that. Not impossible to have a few thunderstorms there. And again, because of that, and even here locally in the Metroplex, it's about a 20% opportunity. But again, because of that right there, there is an opportunity of severe weather tomorrow. The way it looks right now, it's mainly just a wind threat, but we're going to track that carefully. Not impossible to have a little bit of a hail threat, potentially with some of those storms as well. Could even be a few supercell shapes. So we're going to watch that carefully for tomorrow. But again, mainly that would be east of I-35. So temperatures again pushing 105, 106, 107. Here would be your Thursday evening. Again, hot and dry. And then as we go through your Thursday overnight, very early Friday, again, most of us only down to right around 80. And then here it is, kind of the culminating day before we begin to get some heat relief. Again, a lot of locations pushing 105 as we get into Friday. And then there it is. You can see by Saturday, we begin to see some of that heat relief. More on all that coming up.